Are you ready? It's the Roundtable with me, Robert Bannon. Oh my goodness, welcome everybody. It's another edition of the Roundtable. My name is Robert Bannon, and I'm excited to returning guest, Jennie Kwan is here. Jennie Kwan was here to talk about Californian Dreamin' Reunion. Are you someone who loved the 90s? I did. Oh, 90s and 2000s. When did I become so old? Now I became elderly. No, I did not become elderly. We're just getting started. Well, I love this episode because we're going to learn about something called Avatar: The Last Airbender. It's a cartoon, and what is life of a cartoon voice speaking actor like that was on Nickelodeon for seasons and then moved on and now she's got a whole new show coming to New York City. Oh, yes, she does. We're going to hear all about it from Suki herself. And the reboot is now on Netflix, and we have the one and only Jennie Kwan here. So stay tuned. Thanks for listening to us on the Broadway Podcast Network or watching us right here on YouTube. All right. So like I said, she's back. She's here. She's going to be in the New York area. Everybody, you need to get Christie's Case Crackers Casualty during the Comic Con job. Sounds like fun. So yeah, I know her from the show a couple decades ago, but many of you know her from Avatar: The Last Airbender. And look, I can shuffle up to Buffalo. I know how to do a time step. I have my book of musical theater. I need to know what this means, Jennie Kwan. Tell me everything about this. What is it?
You are so cute. Oh my gosh, Robert. So, first of all, I must say you got the title of the play so down pat, and you were smart. You went slow. I'm like, wait, okay, let me try this. But first of all, congratulations on that. Second of all, thank you so much for having me. And third of all, I am here to help you understand the world as I know it of Avatar: The Last Airbender. Okay. Animated, and now we have the live action, which is so insane.
So it was out for 3 seasons, right?
Yeah.
And it was on Nickelodeon.
Yes.
And now it's on Netflix.
So originally we premiered in 2005 the animated series on Nickelodeon. Wow, it's so crazy. On Nickelodeon, and then at the start of pandemic, it went to #1 on Netflix, the animated series. It got a resurgence on Netflix, which was like such a surprise to me. People started texting me and started calling me, and I had this session, I remember, and the director's like, so Jennie, how does it feel to be on the #1 show on Netflix? I'm like, what are you talking about? And he's like, Avatar. I'm like, really? I guess I should post about it. He's like, they don't need any help. And I was like, oh, okay, great. And so now with the live action that has just come out, it has just been, again, a revival, a rebirth of the Avatar show, and now the new chapter. So it's #1 in the world. It's crazy. And on Netflix, in the world, it's insanity. This is one of my original posters from the show, actually. But basically that's kind of how to introduce Avatar to you, Robert.
I'm obsessed. I know that in here in Jersey, my students, my musical theater students, my students in my regular, they are obsessed with anime. They love all of the cartoons and all of the stuff. That it is a huge, gigantic part of this business.
Absolutely.
And then you get to do that. Like before the live action one, did you do it like in your house? Did you get to record it or in a studio or?
So we were lucky enough. We got to record at Nickelodeon. So the way that I describe Nickelodeon here in Los Angeles, it's literally when you walk in, it's like a rainbow threw up on you, but in a good way. Like it's so colorful, and you're like, whoa, look at that, look at that, look at that. How you imagine Nickelodeon to be is probably how it is, but just really fun, and a great show to record with our amazing director, Andrea Romano, like just good things to say about the whole experience with everything. And now when I get to travel around the country, around the world, and people know Avatar, and now they will now, just because of the live action, it's such a blessing to be a part of such a iconic legacy now that has
Oh,
become this whole entity in itself.
absolutely. So now this all ties together in some magical,
Yes.
crazy way because you're Suki.
Suki.
See, I told you. I don't know. I barely know the difference
No,
between
it's
and that.
okay. I'm
So,
here to help you understand as much as I can.
and then Cricket
Cricket
Lee
Lee, yes,
is one of your co-stars at
yes,
Avatar. And now you're both coming to New York
yes.
to do this show.
Oh, yes. So the director and the writer of Casualty at the Comac Comic Con job. So basically, us two Avatar gals, and I was like, I know Cricket would be perfect for this role. And I will tell you, she is the MVP of the show. And all the actors are so good. I'm like, you guys, I got to catch up to you. Like everybody's really good. And I'm not just saying that because I'm in the show. When I got on, like we've been rehearsing, because I'm in Los Angeles, when we started rehearsing, I was like, oh my gosh, they're really good. Like I got to step this up. But yeah, so to have Cricket there, she is literally the firecracker of the show. And I can just kind of explain to you what the show's about. It's a whodunit mystery, and it's a comedy. It's in your face. It's raunchy. It's funny. It basically, it's all inclusive on who we're talking about here with everybody, as far as the Comic-Con world goes. And it's about different characters, but my character is Cherish Fan Chan, and I play a 90s actress who is on an animated series that is a popular phenomenon around the world, who does Comic-Cons. And then there is a murder that happens at the Comic-Con. And so everybody has to figure out who done it. And it's an ensemble piece, and it's very fast paced. It's, like I said, in your face, and really fun. We're going to have so much fun. There's music. We sing. Cricket's also a singer. Some of the castmates are singers. So it's going to be a riot.
Well, it's at the Actors Temple Theater, which is a
Yes.
beautiful space in New York City. It's right there on West 47th Street in the
so
heart of Times Square.
Oh.
March 9th at
And the
8:30,
10th.
March 10th at 7. And this cast seems like a lot of fun. And just the idea of writing a murder mystery, comedy, raunchy, funny, horror about Comic-Cons.
I know. And it's crazy how, Andrew Christie was able to really tie this all in together. And the heart of the show, though, is literally a love letter to the fans. So on top of everything in your face, the raunchiness, the comedy, the this and that, it truly is a love letter to anybody who has any sort of fandom for any sort of, movies or what have you. It's just, we're giving back to you.
Yes. Well, I'm curious to see who is the killer and what happens. Oh, it's going to be fun. If you like Agatha Christie style mysteries, or if you're somebody who has ever been to a Big Apple Con, New York Comic Con, San Diego Comic Con, if you've been, you need to come on and grab your tickets. Now, there's a special event also in conjunction with the show that you will be signing from 1 to 3 on Saturday, March 9th at St. Mark's Comic Store.
That's correct.
In Brooklyn. So when you do these, now Jenny, I'm a nerd for autographs and for this. No, I love, because when I was 12 years old, I got a gift that was the addresses of the rich and famous. It was a book, and I sat there like a little theater entertainment nerd, and I wrote my little fan letters. So when you do these events, when you go to a Comic-Con, we're not fancy here. We want to live vicariously through you. What is it like? What is the good and the bad and the fun of a Comic-Con experience for you?
So the good is I get to have, like you're saying, like that story you just shared. Imagine for 3 days straight, a different variety of people coming up and saying that to you. That, for example, in my case, how you were a part of my childhood, or Suki, or now it's like, my mom knows you from California Dreams, but I know you from Avatar. I'm like, oh my gosh, this is how long I've been in the business, but I'm grateful for that. To feel the impact immediately from someone who you may have had some impact on their life. It is just, not only does it make you feel good, but I want to always make sure that everybody has a great experience, because like if you met your childhood idol, you want to have a good experience, right?
Yes.
You really we've heard stories, and I never want to be that person who's like, whoa, that story was not great, just because I know how much it means, and I know how much I have looked up to people who have helped shape my life. And so that is just a gift that I get to do right now in this sort of chapter of my life. And I would say the bad is, finally when you come home, it's like, wait, where am I? We're back in real life. Or sometimes the travel, to be quite honest, it can be very grueling. I don't think people realize that. Or for me, in my case, I still am doing voice work. I'm still singing. For example, I'm going to the play to and this is just a technical thing. It's like to talk for 3 days for 8 hours straight is a little taxing. So you have to really take care of yourself. And I've really learned how to step up my self-care game because of that. So that's what I would say.
Yeah.
It's wonderful to be able to have this opportunity. And yeah, and we're also human, so we also have to take care of ourselves.
I think that's a really great. It seems like it would be physically taxing because you
Yeah.
are there and I know you have such a great personality and you're so sweet and kind that you give everyone the best experience and hear their stories.
I
And
hope.
yes, so they can see you on stage in New York City, and
Oh,
then you can meet Jennie and you can get all of your stuff signed and you can take your avatar artwork and lithographs. I'm sure people send you pictures and draw
thank
characters.
you.
Jennie will be there at the comic store to sign it and then be in the show. How do you rehearse a show in LA while everyone else is in New York?
Isn't that crazy? We've been doing it over Zoom. And I've never experienced a rehearsal process like that. And so it's been interesting to develop the show in that way. And sometimes, you'll have the boxes up, but I have to put I have to do the gallery, like just to be able to see one person, or else I'm all over the place, So
Right.
it's really funny. So I'm really excited to be in person with everyone. And believe it or not, though, it's interesting. You're able to connect in a different way. Like, this is our modern day technology, and I'm grateful for it, because now when we get there, we'll already have, known each other in a different way. But of course, I'm so excited to see everybody in person.
I,
Yeah.
it's gonna be really fun. It sounds so much fun.
It's
So
so
a question. You brought up California Dreams. You were here to talk about the reunion, which got press all over the place. People Magazine to all over Huffington Post, and people were so excited for you all to get together. When that show ended, and now you're young, you're a baby, you're a little young actor. Now to this journey as you fast forward and you see Avatar, the live version, and now a whole new generation of people, and there's a whole new. Is there a fear as an actor when that show ended and now you think, what's next? Was there moments when you wanted to go into something else and think that there was, or were you always ready to fight this fight and then Avatar came along?
always, truth be told, I will be honest. People look, I think, at celebrity, or they look at actors and they think, I just want to do that. It's going to be easy. And it is so true that an overnight success takes anywhere from 10 to 15 to 20 years, and maybe longer, And so, of course, I have had times in my life that I'm like, "Ugh, this is so hard sometimes to keep that hustle, that grind going." Um, and to be quite honest, I've tried to I'm like, okay, maybe this is time for me to end this part of my life. And then something always drug me back. I'm like, okay. So now at this point in my life where I'm at, I mean, I decided this years ago, I'm like, this is my life. Some people are like, I'm diehard. I'm doing this forever, no matter what it takes. And for me, for the most part of my life, I was doing it. But man, when it did get hard, I was like, I don't know anymore. And that's just the honest truth. And then, like I said, something would reel me back in, and I'm really glad though. I'm really glad, and it can be challenging. It's like anything in life. Life is not linear, you know.
Right, 100%. So all the aspiring actors and singers and people out there, it's a calling. It really is a calling. It calls you, and it's a service that you do for sure.
Absolutely, I love how you put that. It is a service, you know, because us artists, us creatives like you, it's like you are putting your service out there, and you are impacting people with who you communicate with. You have an amazing audience, and they look to you for certain information, you know, like current events, or, you know, to make, you know, bring levity in life. You know, we watch The Housewives. It's like, what's next? It you know, it calms me down in a weird way. I'm like, I cannot wait for Beverly Hills Reunion Part 2. When do I get to just like watch someone else and eat my popcorn? You know what I mean? You are providing services for us.
My friend Robbie calls the Housewives the potato chips of TV, because you could just open the bag and just enjoy them.
Oh, and I do. I enjoy that potato chip bag till it is over. I might even go back and eat more chips. I'm going like this on the bottom of the bag and like licking the crumbs. So, you know.
Jenny, I want to watch The Housewives with you. I want to,
please.
I'll introduce you to all the Jersey Housewives over
here.
Oh
gosh. Oh, you know, it's funny. We'll talk, Robert. Yeah.
Well, I'm excited for this project and for what you've got up your sleeve. I'm sure, you know, Avatar is, as you said, #1 show. Just the name alone, it gives is a big, gigantic fandom. So I'm sure there'll be more. I'm sure the fans will be out. I want you to put down the date again, March 9th and March 10th. So you can see the Actors Temple Theater. I'm obsessed with this name. I'm kind of obsessed with the name. Christie's Case Crackers Casualty during the comic con job.
Close. Casualty at the comic. Oh, no, see, casualty at the Comic-Con con job.
Con.
Jeez. Did I get that right, Andrew? Uh-oh.
You got it right. I'm obsessed with the name. The name itself has sold it. And
He's so clever. So clever.
How can we stay up to date with you? We can follow you on Instagram.
Yes, you can.
And we can stay all up to date on all of the projects, all of the work. And when you're traveling at conventions and fan conventions and more projects and new seasons of shows coming out and stuff, we can stay up to date with you.
Yes. So it's Jennie, JENNIE_Kwan, KWAN on Instagram, and Jennie Kwan Official on TikTok.
And on TikTok, and we can follow you and your whole thing. And maybe there's more California Dreams.
There's always something in the works. I'm one person, so just yes, and we do have a Streamily signing event on March 24th and 25th. Let me double check those dates here for you. It's see, good thing. It's the 22nd and 23rd. We have a panel on Streamily on the evening of the 22nd, and then a live signing on the 23rd. So yeah, more dream stuff coming up.
With the cat. So those are like those, I've seen them where you go online and you can buy your picture, and then you guys see and you sign it, and
we do a live signing. That's right.
That's so modern. And Jenny, you're
can you believe this? I'm like modern.
You're so modern. I love it.
And so are you. Here we are, you know, online doing.
And here we are.
My God.
Well, I'm excited for you to be in New York.
Thank
you.
I'm
excited for everyone to come on down, see the show, and stay up to date. Go to Instagram, go to TikTok, follow Jenny. Jenny, thank you for being here always. You're such sunshine and brightness and love, and we love
you.
Thank you.
Thanks.